Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today we've got a Scottie Pippen build. So this will be a small forward build. So make sure he's a small forward and we'll move on to the body settings. So Scottie Pippen is listed at 6'8" on basketballreference.com, so that's the height we're going to go with. In terms of the weight, we're just going to drop that down to 194 pounds. And then the wingspan, we're going to push to 7'6", which is the max. Body shape, we're just going to put it as a fine for wings, and we'll move on to the body, the attributes. Now in terms of Scottie Pippen as a player, I know maybe on 2K he might be able to shoot from the 3-point line. You know, 2K, they don't often make the most realistic attributes. But, you know, back in the day, Scottie Pippen was not a great 3-point shooter. He was quite poor from 3. So we're not going to push 3-point shot up. It's going to be pretty much a two-way playmaking slasher or point forward. So that's sort of what we're going to do. We're not going to upgrade shooting at all. So this will be definitely a slasher build. Now in terms of close shot, we are going to push that to 85. So just to get that gold fast twitch and the extra badge point, so you can really, you know, be effective with those backdoor cuts, catch it at the rim and go straight up and dunk it. Now in terms of driving layup, we all know how great Scottie Pippen was as a finisher. So we're going to push that to 88 to get that long athlete layup package. That's arguably the best layup package in the game. In terms of driving dunk, we all know also how great of a posterizer he was. He's very athletic, 6'8", really had a great, you know, physique and athleticism. So we're going to push driving dunk to 93 to get that gold posterizer and also the elite contact dunks. Now for standing dunk, we're just going to leave it 48. If you want to upgrade this further to really help with those standing dunks, then by all means do so. But to get more animations, you have to get to around a 65 or a 70. And I just didn't have the points available to push it up that high. But you will have the standard under the basket or standing dunks anyway at 45. Standing dunks, you will have those available. Now we're going to push post control to 80 because he did play in the post a lot. He often took players down there and really took advantage of them in the post, you know, smaller defenders. So 80 post control is great because all the post badges are pretty much gold. And then you get post spin technician Hall of Fame. So that's fantastic. Now in terms of shooting, like I said, we're not going to upgrade anything except free throw. And he only shot 70% from the free throw line. So he wasn't a great free throw shooter. But 70 is not too bad. Free throws are hard this 2K, so if you want to boost this a bit more, then by all means, go for it. But 70 is just what I got it to. Now for playmaking, we all know he was the original, you know, point forward. You know, Magic might have been the original tall point guard, but Scottie Pippen was the original point forward. You know, he played small forward, and you know, was really the point guard but played small forward. So we're going to push pass accuracy to 80, just to get the gold passing badges, you know, gold dimer, gold floor general and things like that. Ball handle we're going to push to 89, which is the max, just to get that gold clamp breaker and also Hall of Fame quick first step because he's very lethal off the bounce, you know, very fast, could blow by defenders quite easily. And then speed with ball we're going to push to the max, which is 80, so you'll still be pretty quick also, and you know, you get the 22 playmaking badges. Now in defense, we know how great Scottie Pippen was as a defender. You know, he's a steals champ. I think he was like 10 times all defense or something crazy like that. It's fantastic. So what we're going to do is we're going to push interior defense to 81 because you may play power forward with this build. So I did want a decent enough level of interior defense. Perimeter defense, we're going to push to 92 to get the gold clamps. Steal is going to go to 95 because you were a steals champ. He did average 2 steals a game, which is really high. It also gives you the gold glove as well to go with the gold intercept. It should be lethal in the passing lanes and stripping opponents. Block, we're going to push to 75 because he averaged 0.8 blocks a game, and some seasons he averaged over a block a game. So you could definitely block shots, and at 75, just get the extra badge point and also the gold chase down artist. Offensive rebound is going to go to 69. I just found this to be really cheap to upgrade to get some extra badge points. And then defensive rebound is going to go to 85 to get that silver rebound chaser. So you have the 27 defensive badges on this build. So once you get your 10 and go into tier 3, you know, you can core clamps, still have 17 left over, get rebound chaser and challenger on. You know, get those boards and challenge shots in the perimeter. That's, you know, I think that's 13 spent. You've still got 4 left over. to put somewhere else pretty much. You know, if you didn't want rebound chaser, that's an extra 6 points you can put somewhere in tier 1 and tier 2. So you got a lot of badges up for grabs in defense. Now for physicals, what we're going to do is we're going to push speed to 74 and then acceleration to 78. So it's only a couple below the max in terms of acceleration. Obviously speed's been dropped a bit, but speed's not as important in this 2K as, you know, a lot of other stats. Is very insignificant. You know, if you get out early enough on fast breaks, people aren't catching you, and, you know, vice versa. If you're trying to catch them on defense, you know, it's really difficult anyway because they go out so early these days. But acceleration is quite high to help with, you know, those off the bounce, you know, the drives. So 74 for speed, 78 for acceleration. Strength's going to stay at 56. Vertical needs to go to 82 for the elite contact dunks. And the rest is going to go on stamina for 90 stamina. And that's the build. So in total you have the 22 finishing, 0 shooting, 22 playmaking, and 27 defensive badges. For a total of 71 badges on this, you know, two-way playmaking slasher, a point forward build. You know, it's got gold level defense, you know, gold steal, 95 steal, 92 perimeter defense, can protect the rim at a decent level, you know, get those boards for those triple doubles, you know, great playmaking, great ball handle, and of course you got the contact dunks to go with great layups and close shot, and also really good post moves if you want to play in the post, particularly on the park. So, you know, really effective slashing build. In terms of the takeovers, it just shows extreme clamps because we all know how great a defender he was. And team ratings boost because, you know, he was that point forward for the Bulls. But as you can see, you've got shades of Scottie Pippen, Jimmy Butler, and LeBron James. So, you know, they're all quite reminiscent of each other. You know, great defenders in terms of Jimmy Butler being a great defender, and of course LeBron being the point forward as well with Scottie Pippen. But you've made a two-way slashing point forward. We'll take a look at the badges. Now, in terms of finishing, you know, you definitely want the ones just to help you finish with contact pretty much. You know, if you want the post moves, they're there. But, you know, your fearless finisher will be great. You know, fast twitch will be great as well with those backdoor cuts. And then in tier 3, you know, you can core posterizer, get limitless take on, and then slithery. You know, you could put limitless take on to silver, get slithery on silver. You know, if you make the build, put the extra 2 badge points in finishing, get both slithery and limitless takeoff on gold, and you can have yourself a really great, you know, slasher. In terms of shooting, I do recommend putting an extra badge point into shooting just to get slippery off ball and bronze. Just helps you move around the court, so that might be something to think about. And in terms of playmaking, you know, for Scottie Pippen, definitely dimer and floor general. You know, he was really the point guard for the Bulls. And from here, you know, quick first step. Definitely put on Hall of Fame just to be a bit more efficient with the badge points. I'm just going to drop these down a tier just to get the 10. And then in tier 3, you know, definitely clamp breaker. Unpluckable could be great too. And handles for days if you want to be a bit more of a dribbler. You know, you can put killer combos on there as well. But, you know, those would be the 3 I would go with, because unless you're going to be a really, you know, shot creator, you want to dribble a lot, then you could probably put killer combos on. But for this type of build at 6'8", you really just want to keep it as minimal as possible and just try and blow by opponents and, you know, finish strong at the rim. Now, in terms of defense, we all know how great a defender he was. The best thing about this is glove and interceptor in tier 2. So you can put them on gold, have your 10, put clamps on gold. And then from here, if you want to put challenger on, then by all means do so. We probably could because we've got these 17 points still left over. Put that on gold. Pick dodger on gold. You know, off-ball pest could go on. You know, you can put chase down artist to get the animations. If you like bumping your opponent, you can put menace on. It also helps with steals. You know, if you bump your opponent, it lowers their badge points or badge levels, so you can potentially lower their unpluckable down and get those steals on any player. So that could be a good one to put on Hall of Fame. You know, you never know. I don't personally use it, but I've seen a lot of tests where, you know, it can really help with steals when you bump your opponent. So get that on Hall of Fame. Off-ball pest might be something to look at as well. But you've got yourself a really great defender with, you know, 27 badge points to choose from. So you can make yourself very lethal on defense. All in all, that's the build. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a really great day.